Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's me, Yasmin K, with another video. If you read by the title, we're gonna be talking about breakup. And I know a lot of y'all don't like to talk about it, but I feel like this is something that I can definitely share, give y'all some tips and advice with dealing with breakups, how to get over an ex or over friendships, just grieving relationships and people, grieving people that hasn't passed but are no longer in your life. I feel like that is some things that we don't like to talk about because raw emotions are messy. Honestly, they're messy. Sometimes they're a lot to deal with, and sometimes they can be embarrassing, especially when you're like in the midst of the breakup. So I want to share some advice with y'all, hopefully to help anybody that's dealing with a breakup, that's currently trying to get over a breakup, or if you watch this video because you searched it 2-3 years later and you're currently dealing with a breakup. I just want to be able to help y'all and being a leaning shoulder or crying shoulder that you'll be able to use in a time for a comfort. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's get into the video. So yeah, if you're watching this video, then you're probably having a hard time and you're probably needing some advice to get over a breakup. You probably feel as though your heart fell out your body or it's in the pit of your stomach. Every little thing that you do, that you see, is reminding you of this person, this boyfriend, this girlfriend, this old friend. You're just running, chasing thoughts in your mind about how things could have been different, what you could have done to mend things. You never really imagine your life without this person moving forward. So it's all a shock to you. And I get it, y'all. I definitely get it. So I recently went through a breakup too. Well, it's been recent, but I went through a breakup and got over it. And I just felt as though this process took a lot longer than what I feel as though it should have. But I did not rush it, and I also did not guilt or condemn myself because it took me so long, because it's not a time limit on grief and healing your emotions and moving forward. So if you're like me and my ex, we broke up in May. So we broke up in May, y'all. So it's been 6 months, and I can finally say, like, I'm definitely over him. This last like 4-6 weeks, I can definitely say that I'm over him, and I know that it was a phase of that, because when we first broke up, I was hysterical, y'all. I'm being honest and I'm being vulnerable. Probably, I don't know which phase you're in, but phase one for me is I was hysterical. It was like every little thing reminded me of this man, and it was pissing me off and making me sad at the same time. It was like, I'm in the house with my family, we kiki, ha. I get on TikTok, I see something about teleportation, and we had like an inside joke about us teleport. Girl, break down crying, and it was pissing me off because it would be like a part of me was like, girl, get over this nigga. Fuck is you crying for? Like that. Part of me just wanted to just get over him super fast, because it was like, what the fuck? But another part of me was just like so sad. And what I can tell you is feel those emotions. That will be my first tip. Feel all the emotions, feel all the feels. You know what I'm saying? Even though it may be scary, this is going to help you overcome and get over a lot of the negative emotions that you have about the breakup. It's going to help you actually work and process a lot of the stuff. So I do say, don't try to avoid them. Depending, if it was a bad breakup, like the first week, first 2 weeks, even that first month, indulge in things that bring you joy. So that first month, I was like, the first 2 weeks, my mom was making sure like we was doing stuff. So we was going to the movies, we was going out to eat, taking walks, just enjoying, like being present, doing a lot of things that made me be present in the moment, because I didn't give my time a lot of opportunity to wander and to dwell and to think about it and get sad and cry. So I would definitely say indulge in a lot of things that's going to make you be present. I started going to church all the time now. I was going every Sunday. Fuck that. I was going to church more. I was doing the devotionals with some of the women in my church every day. I was going to the park in the morning every day, journaling, talking to God, reading the Bible, and I was doing that for like 2 hours in the morning. I was working out, I was hanging out with my family, I was in school, I was working. I'm doing anything to try to occupy my time. So I'm not about to I don't want to think about it right now. Like, I don't even have the capacity to think about it. So that's what I did. I feel like you should do activities that's gonna help make you grow. So don't indulge. Like, some people like going out and drinking and stuff like that. If that's what help you, I'm not gonna tell you that you can't do it, because you're gonna do whatever you want to do. But I feel as though you shouldn't indulge in toxic activities, because especially stuff that could be addictive and not lead you to a better you. I don't think that that should be your crutch, because a lot of times when you are in this breakup and you do things like that, some people end up having like an emotional dependency on that hobby. So for me, it was like Bible study. That was the first, like, the day we broke up. The next morning, I'm up. I got my journal, I got my Bible. Let me find this park. Let me sit under this tree. I did it the first day. So I became emotional dependent on Bible study. So the days that I didn't do it or stuff like that, I was in a frenzy. And I was in a frenzy. I just started thinking about this relationship again. So I feel as though you shouldn't do that. Your next phase is going to be a roller coaster. So it's going to be in between, like, anger and sadness and denial. So it's gonna be like, oh, y'all probably gonna get back together. I don't know, he probably still like me. He probably gonna reach out to me. Wow, it's just gonna be a whole lot of everything. Your emotions is gonna be up and down. One day you're gonna feel good, next day you're gonna feel sad, and in that time, I feel like as though that's the best time to self-reflect. So when you start thinking about the relationships, because a lot of times we just want to bury the emotions, the thoughts, the memories. And I feel as though when you have those thoughts come up, and if it's something good where it's like, oh, it make you sad, like, oh, you really feel as though you had a good partner or y'all had a bond or whatever the case may be, this is the time to encourage yourself about the future. I know for me personally, anytime I decide to date, the next dude is always better than the last. And that's just how God has it for me. And I feel as though that's how we all should operate, whether it's a job, a relationships, friends, apartment, whatever it is. When you go into something new, it should be better. Your new should be better. Your new should be better. So I take the good qualities from every man that I've ever dealt with, and I know that the man that I'm looking for, he's going to have those qualities, but I also can look out for the negative qualities that I didn't like. And if you feel as though that it was your fault and you're the reason why, and this is the perfect person for you, if it was the perfect person for you, then whatever reason made y'all break up, y'all wouldn't break up. So whether it's communication, emotional intelligence, loyalty or faithfulness, wherever it is, you had a miscommunication, because that person may not be, he may be a good or a great fit, or she may be a good or a great fit, but it's not the best fit. And you have to think about that. You have to remind yourself that just because this is the good you ever had don't mean that that's the best out there. And that's what I have to tell myself, because it's like a double-edged sword, because each time I date a new man or I'm in a relationship, he's better than the last. I always feel as though at the moment, that is the best I've ever had. So I'm always looking at them and putting them on a pedestal, and I always look at myself like I done something, because I never had something this good. Even though what God has for me and what I'm gonna end up with, my man, my husband, my kid's father, he's gonna be better than all of that. So it's something that I can't even imagine. So don't quit stopping and thinking that you're good or you're great is the best that God has for you, because it's not. And that's why y'all broke up, because he's preparing you. He's trying to teach you something so you can have the best person for you, the best spouse, the best partner, wherever it is. So just think about that. Remind yourself, Look at the good qualities. It's okay to think and have these memories and like, dang, they was good at this. I like them. I love them for this. And you can continue to have that love for them, for showing you that it's people out here that will be X, Y, and Z, whatever quality and characteristics that you like about them. It's good to remind yourself, because you knowing that it is people out here that would do stuff for you like that. And then with the bad qualities, you also need to self-reflect and quit putting the take the rose colored glasses off and quit blaming yourself for everything. It takes two people to break up. Remember that. So you don't have to blame yourself, and you don't have to blame them for everything. There was a miscommunication, a misunderstanding on both parties, which is why you decided to break up. It didn't work out for a reason. So it's time for you to self-reflect and actually think about the times where they were being emotionally unintelligent, where they were blaming you and gaslighting you and deflecting, and they wasn't taking your emotions serious. That even though it may not be big, and if you would have just brushed it under the rug, y'all would have still been together. Why would you want to be with a partner where you can't talk about your emotions and you don't feel safe enough to actually experience emotions and feelings together? That's not the type of partner that God wants for you. So when you're reflecting on those things, you can also think about, okay, I need to make sure, if you're not a person where you are emotionally intelligent, or you don't really understand that in your singleness, it's time for you to actually learn about those things so you can develop those characteristics to be more mature when it comes to your own emotions, so you know how to deal with your own emotions. And then you'll also be able to look for partners who are also like you. Now you know what it looked like. You know what it looks like to be emotionally mature, and you know what it looks like not to be. So when somebody's being dismissive, or they deflecting, or they're not taking you serious in that manner, you know what it looks like, and you know that that's not something that you want, because eventually it's just going to fester up, and it's going to cause some type of turmoil in the relationship. So when you think about different qualities, different memories and thoughts, I feel as though you should always categorize it. So if you're bringing up memories about your ex, either it's going to be a good memory where you thinking about the experiences that you had together, the promises that they gave you, the things that y'all said y'all was going to do together in your future, the goals y'all had together, or even just them as a person. You can categorize all of those things and take your power back. So whatever you brought to the relationship, wherever goals, aspirations, memories, experiences, whatever you brought to a relationship, take that back and own that. Don't try to erase it out of your mind, because that's a part of you now. But the things that didn't serve you, that wasn't up for you, that was them, release that. It's okay to release it and let it go. And now you can move forward. The same goals, the same future that you wanted, that you thought that you were going to build with them, you can still do it. It's just, it's going to be a different mate right there. And I feel as though one thing for me that I've learned in this past relationship is make sure when you vision your future self, it's just your future, because that's what fuck up a lot of people when it comes to changes. Like with me, I know I like to talk about the future. I like to plan and build the future with the people I'm around, whether it's my siblings, my friends, my mama, my husband. I mean, I'm talking about my husband. I ain't got no husband. My dude, or wherever the case may be. I like that. So when we're talking, I'm literally building my future and planning my future around these people. So then when these people leave, I feel discombobulated, because y'all part of my future. So now I don't even, my future, the vision that I have for my future is shaky, and I have to go back to the drawing board and think of something new, because I incorporated so many people in my future. It's mine. It's mine. The vision that I have for my future, the vision that you have for your future, you should only see yourself, because everybody else are movable pieces. Everybody else can come and go as they please. You're the only person that came in this world. Even if you were a twin, y'all didn't come out at the same time. You're the only person that came in this world at the time and the place that you were born. And you're the only person that's going to leave this world. It's going to be one motherfucker in the casket. So when you're thinking about your future, when you're thinking about your life, do not, I don't care if y'all been together for 10 years, you've been married for 30, or whatever the case may be, do not have your future set. Do not have faith in man. And that's what God told me. I had my faith. You put your trust in a nigga, stupid hoe, how you figure. Like literally, I put my faith in a man. So the future that I had, everything that I was thinking about, everything that I was working and grinding for the whole time we was together, I had him in mind. I had him in vision. So when he was gone and he said, I can't do this no more. When he left, when he decided to part ways or whatever the fuck he decided to do, when we was no longer together, it fucked me up. Because I'm like, girl, I don't know. I don't know. No. So I'm thinking all the stuff that I wanted for my future is not going to happen because he not here no more. And that's not how God worked. And God, we had to break up because I put him on a pedestal. And that's my bad. I can't admit that and take accountability for that. God had to let me know that nope, ain't nobody certain in this life besides him and me. I'm the only person that's gonna be here for me in my life in this physical world. God is the only person that's gonna be here with me wherever I go. No matter who comes, who goes, who stays, God gonna be here. And I'm going to be in this body. This is the vessel that he gave me. So when you're going through a breakup, quit. You have to sit back. And if you are a person that puts your spouse and your partners and your friends and the people that you have relations with on the pedestals, it's going to hurt. And if it hurt that bad, God is trying to tell you something. He's trying to open your eyes to something. And if that's a realization that you need to come to, it is okay. You're going to be able to make more friends. You're going to God may bring them people back into your life when you are more mature and you learned your lesson. I don't know how the story is going to play out, but I know that with everything that I've learned by losing friends, losing family members, losing this, not fucking with people at literally grieving people that has not died yet, or let me not say yet, but we all die. Grieving people that has not passed. That taught me. It taught me how I'm going to maneuver moving forward, how I'm going to communicate with my new friends, with the family that I built, with friends that I'm going to build, with men that I meet, with women that I meet, whoever, whatever relationship, whether it's office, platonic, at church, whatever it is. I know now I have so much experience and I've learned so much through all of these different people that God allowed me to be around, that I know how I'm going to move, and I know how I'm going to move and how I'm going to develop new relationships, because I have an actual tactic. I have preparation. I've planned and prepared for this situation now. So that's something that you have to think about. This is not the last relationship that you're going to be in. This is not the last friendship that you're going to have. Everything will come back. God will give you an opportunity to do it all over again. Anything that he takes, he will give back to you tenfold. So you're going to have better relationships with new people that you meet. So just take that with a grain of salt. Then the third and the final stage is going to be like freedom. It's going to, one day you're going to wake up. You might think about them, and it's just a weight has been lifted off of you. Your mind the thoughts are not anxious. It's not just running crazy around your mind anymore. You think about them, you let the thought come and go. Like you literally release, like it's released, and it feels so good. Some days you may even think about it and you still may like fall back into the trap where you thinking about what could have been or this and that. But most days you wake up and you start to think about yourself again, especially if you're single. I am not one of those people where I jump in relationships again. No, every time I deal with somebody, I'm literally going months, dang near years. Like this last time I probably went like like almost a year. Before I started talking to my ex, dude before that, I was like, it was like almost a year, and then the dude before that was like 2 to almost 3 years. I'm replaying that. So I am a person where I would suggest that if you're in your singleness, then you will have time to think about yourself again. You're going to be inspired again. You're going to start loving yourself again. You're going to be able to see yourself as an individual. And once you do that, it's like your goals and your aspirations come back. The love that you have for life come back. Like literally, you're able to actually, it's like a burden is released. I don't know how to explain it, y'all, but you feel light. You don't feel so heavy. You don't feel those emotions. Um your emotions are pretty much stable. It's not like a roller coaster. It's not going up and down. You just feel free. You feel like you can move on with your life. And it's just another person. They came and went the same way you had elementary friends that y'all, the last day of school was probably the last day that you seen them, and by next school year you either forgot about them or they just never came to thought. You still have those memories that you share with them, and you remember playing with them and stuff like that, but through the day to day, you're not I don't know what word I want to use. You're not dwelling on the fact that they're gone. You can appreciate that the memories that you had and the good memories that you shared with them, and you also can appreciate that, and that this school year or this year or at this new place of job or at this new church, this new school, you're gonna meet somebody new. You're gonna meet a new boyfriend. You're gonna meet a new husband. You're gonna meet a new girlfriend. You're gonna meet new friends. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those appreciative moments. And at that moment, I feel like that's when you are really over somebody. Like, even if you have thoughts, like, I feel like not everybody, but even if you having thoughts where, like, you still wish that y'all was together or whatever the case may be, I feel like that's just the enemy trying to mind playing tricks on you. Everybody think about what could have been, but the best thing to do is to be present and focus on where you are at. If you're at a point where now you don't feel guilty talking to other people, and now you're ready into like date and stuff like that, take it slow. Take it slow. You don't have to tell anybody about how you helped heal yourself and what you went through with other men, because that's not none of their business. The person or who you are, who you were and who you were when you were in your old relationship and who you are now are two different people. So I don't feel as though you should share that information, because a lot of people just try to manipulate people. If they knowing that you're a person where been through heartbreak and they actually know the details of it, then they're going to use those details to try to manipulate you. So you want to just be very careful off top. I'm not saying never share it, but I'm saying like off top, if you're just dating and stuff like that, that's not information that people really need to know. Just let them know that you and your ex grew apart and you're looking for somebody compatible with you, period. So yeah, those are my tips that I have for you guys. I do just hope that you are taking it slow, that you are being patient with yourself, that you are reminding yourself how beautiful you are. If you were with somebody that like bought you flowers and showed you gave you like gifts of endearment, I think that's how you say it, make sure you step up to the plate. You can buy your own flower. Like what Molly said, I can buy myself flowers. I can dance in the rain. You gotta be one of those. I can love me better than you can. You have to love yourself better than any person can. If you were in a relationship where you wasn't loving yourself more than your partner were, it's gonna hit you, because everything that they were doing, they were basically filling up your love cup. when you need to fill up your love cup so you don't never feel empty. You don't feel as though you need people around you to feel full. So it's time for you to step up to the plate. It's time for you to make sure that you show yourself that you are worthy, that you are deserving. Take yourself out on dates. Take yourself out on walks. Buy yourself flowers. Tell you that you're pretty. Give yourself a kiss in the mirror. For real. You bad. Slap your own ass if you have to. I don't care what you do. Whatever you have to do to make yourself feel sexy, make yourself feel good, make yourself feel loved and adored. Make sure that you're doing that and just take it day by day. One day you're going to look at me and be like, damn, it's been 4 months. We broke up. Dang, it's been 6 months. You know, look up and be like, oh, especially if you don't see them. Like, if you don't see them often, then it's going to be real easy because it's literally out of sight, out of mind. Literally. Out of sight, out of mind. But if you see them, then it's going to take some time because it's like you don't see them. But, so, what they say, chin up, chest out. It's your life. So they always lose you. You didn't lose anything. Anything worth keeping, God would make sure that you had. So they can't be that much worth of nothing because they ain't with you. And that's just that they ain't the person for you. And you can accept that and you can bow out gracefully and you can keep your chin up and you keep your you keep your chin up and you keep your chest out, knowing that you are worthy of whatever love that God has for you, and that just wasn't a person. Whatever you were asking for is not too much. It just, you were asking the wrong person. And once you meet the right person, once you meet that spouse that actually understands you, that clicks, that mess with you, then you're going to realize that everything that you're asking for is nothing to them. It's easy. It comes natural to them. And you're going to appreciate God for not allowing you to settle in their relationship. So yeah, I hope that y'all like my tips. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with anybody and everybody that you feel as though might like this video. Y'all stay blessed and stay positive. Peace.